Hydrogen has never really had a technology problem in the way critics often describe it. The chemistry works, the physics works, the electrochemistry is not mysterious. What hydrogen has had, especially in the world of PEM fuel cells and PEM electrolyzers, is a durability problem. Not in the sense that systems fail instantly, but in the sense that they degrade, drift, corrode, crack, dissolve, poison, and fatigue faster than the economics can tolerate. And in industrial systems, economics is everything. If the stack cannot survive long enough under real operating conditions, the cost of hydrogen will never fall to competitive levels. But if durability is finally turning a corner, then something much bigger is shifting. Not just for hydrogen as a fuel, but for the entire clean energy transition. To understand why durability matters so much, you have to start inside the membrane. In a proton exchange membrane fuel cell, hydrogen enters on one side, oxygen enters on the other, and electricity is produced through electrochemical conversion. No combustion, no flame, just a controlled reaction at the catalyst layer. But inside that seemingly elegant process, there is stress. Chemical stress from radicals, mechanical stress from pressure swings, thermal stress from load changes, and material stress from repeated start-stop cycles. Over time, platinum dissolves, carbon supports corrode, membranes thin out, and performance drops. The system still runs, but not at the efficiency or output it was designed for. Multiply that across thousands of operating hours, and the economics start to bend in the wrong direction. The same story appears on the electrolyzer side. A PEM electrolyzer splits water into hydrogen and oxygen using electricity. The reaction is reversible in principle, but in practice, the electrolyzer faces its own durability challenges. Iridium at the anode slowly dissolves, membranes degrade under high voltage stress, catalyst layers delaminate, gas crossover increases as materials age. Each percentage drop in efficiency compounds over years of operation. In a world chasing $2 per kilogram hydrogen, a few percentage points matter enormously. For years, this durability constraint has been the quiet bottleneck of the hydrogen industry. Investors looked at levelized cost of hydrogen models and saw optimistic curves bending downward. Engineers looked at stacks in the field and saw performance decay curves bending upward. That mismatch created skepticism. Critics argued hydrogen would always be too expensive. Supporters argued scale would solve everything. But durability is not solved by scale alone. It is solved by materials science, system design, and operational strategy. Now, something interesting is happening. Research groups and manufacturers are reporting major improvements in stack lifetime. Where early PEM fuel cells struggled to reach 5,000 to 10,000 hours under demanding conditions, newer systems are pushing toward 30,000, 60,000, and in some controlled demonstrations, even higher targets. In heavy-duty applications, the benchmark often discussed is 30,000 hours. For stationary power, expectations climb toward 80,000 hours. These numbers are not marketing slogans. They are economic thresholds. If a stack can survive long enough, capital cost amortization changes dramatically. What changed? Part of the answer lies in catalyst stability. Platinum is still the dominant catalyst in PEM fuel cells, but its behavior under dynamic loads is better understood today than it was a decade ago. Engineers have refined particle size distribution, alloy composition, and support structures to reduce dissolution and agglomeration. Platinum cobalt and platinum nickel alloys show improved stability in some operating regimes. On the electrolyzer side, iridium remains a scarce and expensive element, but deposition techniques and support materials are being optimized to reduce loading while improving stability. Lower loading with higher durability is a powerful combination. Another breakthrough area is membrane chemistry. Early membranes were vulnerable to chemical attack from peroxide radicals formed during operation. Modern membranes incorporate stabilizers and reinforced structures that resist thinning and cracking. Some designs integrate expanded polytetrafluoroethylene reinforcement to reduce mechanical stress under pressure cycles. This might sound like incremental engineering, but incremental durability improvements compound dramatically over tens of thousands of hours. Flow field design has also evolved. In both fuel cells and electrolyzers, uniform gas distribution reduces local hotspots and uneven current density. Localized stress accelerates degradation. By smoothing out distribution and optimizing channel geometry, engineers reduce peak stress conditions. Again, not glamorous, but transformative at scale. Then there is operational strategy. Early fuel cell systems were often treated like engines: start, stop, ramp hard, repeat. But electrochemical systems behave differently from combustion engines. Rapid load cycling can accelerate degradation. Modern control systems manage ramp rates, temperature profiles, and humidity levels more intelligently. Software is becoming as important as hardware. Durability is not only a materials problem, it is a systems problem. If durability truly improves to the levels now being reported, the implications ripple outward. First, cost curves change. Levelized cost of hydrogen depends heavily on stack replacement intervals. If replacement moves from every 5 years to every 10 or 15 years, capital expenditure spreads over a longer productive life. That lowers effective cost per kilogram without requiring radical new chemistry. In fuel cell vehicles, longer stack life reduces total cost of ownership. In stationary power, it reduces maintenance downtime and replacement costs. Second, financing becomes easier. Investors are wary of technologies with uncertain lifetimes. If durability data becomes robust and bankable, project finance terms improve. Lower cost of capital is sometimes more powerful than marginal efficiency gains. A technology that survives stress attracts capital. A technology that fails under stress repels it. Third, supply chains stabilize. When stacks degrade quickly, demand for replacement parts is volatile. Manufacturing planning becomes difficult. Improved durability allows for predictable production schedules and smoother scaling. This matters especially in a geopolitical context, where hydrogen manufacturing is becoming strategically important. Regions competing for leadership in electrolyzers and fuel cells need technologies that survive real-world deployment, not just laboratory testing. There's also a psychological dimension. Hydrogen has long been framed as perpetually 5 years away from economic viability. Durability breakthroughs challenge that narrative. When operational data shows stacks maintaining performance over extended hours, skepticism softens. That does not eliminate other challenges. Infrastructure, renewable power supply, storage, and distribution remain complex. But it removes one major technical objection. However, declaring the durability problem over would be premature without examining context. Laboratory durability does not always translate perfectly into field durability. Real-world conditions introduce impurities, dynamic loads, temperature swings, and operator variability. Water purity in electrolyzers matters. Hydrogen quality in fuel cells matters. Contaminants can accelerate degradation. Therefore, durability improvements must be validated under industrial stress conditions, not just ideal test benches. There is also the issue of scale. A single durable stack in a demonstration project is not enough. Gigawatt-scale deployment requires manufacturing consistency. Small defects that are rare at pilot scale can become common at mass production. Quality control systems must evolve in parallel with materials science breakthroughs. Still, the direction of travel is clear. The hydrogen sector is no longer focused solely on chasing efficiency numbers. It is focused on survival under stress. That shift aligns hydrogen with the broader definition of clean tech. Technologies that reduce environmental impact and remain economically survivable under real-world constraints. Durability is survivability. Consider heavy-duty transport. Long-haul trucks require reliable powertrains. A fuel cell stack that degrades rapidly undermines fleet economics. But if durability aligns with vehicle lifetimes, hydrogen becomes a more serious contender in segments where battery weight and charging time pose challenges. The debate shifts from can it last to where does it fit best? In industrial hydrogen production, electrolyzer durability affects integration with renewable energy. Solar and wind introduce variability. Electrolyzers must ramp dynamically without degrading prematurely. Improved catalyst stability and membrane robustness enable better compatibility with intermittent renewables. That reduces the need for oversized systems and lowers integration costs. There is another layer: materials scarcity. Iridium and platinum are not abundant. If durability improves, total material demand over time decreases because replacement frequency drops. That reduces pressure on critical mineral supply chains. It also strengthens the geopolitical resilience of hydrogen technologies. But durability alone does not guarantee $2 per kilogram hydrogen. Electricity cost remains the dominant factor in green hydrogen production. Even a perfectly durable electrolyzer cannot overcome expensive renewable power. However, durability reduces one variable in the equation. It narrows uncertainty bands in financial modeling. That alone can unlock projects previously deemed too risky. In fuel cells, durability intersects with hydrogen purity standards. Contaminants like sulfur, carbon monoxide, and ammonia can poison catalysts. Advances in durability often include improved tolerance to impurities. That expands operational flexibility and reduces stringent purification requirements. Again, small technical shifts translate into systemic cost reductions. The broader energy transition benefits from this evolution. Electrochemical systems are inherently modular. If durability improves, modular hydrogen systems become more attractive for distributed power, microgrids, and backup applications. Hospitals, data centers, and industrial sites require reliable power with long service intervals. Durability transforms hydrogen from a niche experiment into a practical option. Critically, durability data must become transparent. Bankability depends on trusted performance metrics. Third-party validation, long-term field trials, and standardized testing protocols are essential. The industry cannot rely solely on press releases. It needs open, stress-tested evidence. There is a parallel story unfolding in adjacent technologies. Silicon carbide power electronics, advanced compressors, and improved sealing materials all contribute to overall system durability. Hydrogen is not just about stacks, it is about balance of plant reliability. A durable stack paired with fragile compressors or valves does not solve the full problem. System-level durability must advance in tandem. This is where the narrative becomes powerful. Hydrogen's durability problem may not be completely over, but it is no longer static. It is being engineered away step by step. Each incremental gain compounds across years of operation. Each percentage drop in degradation rate translates into real dollars saved. And that changes everything because energy transitions hinge on boring reliability as much as on dramatic breakthroughs. Investors do not fund dreams, they fund assets that survive stress. Policymakers do not build infrastructure around fragile systems. They build around durable ones. Industries do not adopt technologies that require constant babysitting. They adopt ones that run quietly in the background. If durability continues to improve, hydrogen's critics lose one of their strongest arguments. The debate shifts from "it doesn't last" to "where does it make economic sense?" That is a far more productive discussion. It allows hydrogen to compete honestly in segments where its attributes, high energy density, fast refueling, modular electrochemical conversion, provide genuine value. Ultimately, durability is not a headline-grabbing concept. It does not photograph well. It does not trend on social media the way breakthrough efficiency claims do. But in the long arc of industrial adoption, durability is destiny. When a technology survives time, it earns trust. And when it earns trust, capital follows. Hydrogen's durability problem may not vanish overnight, but the trajectory suggests a maturation phase rather than a stagnation phase. If that trend holds, the hydrogen equation shifts. Not because of hype, not because of policy alone, but because the core machines at the heart of the system are finally becoming resilient enough to justify belief. And in energy systems, resilience is everything.